Do you find that as being a parent that you're able now to show your children like this balanced view of peace and obviously anxiety and stress and pressure and all the incredible things that you're achieving because you're a high performer, you're extremely busy. Are you kind of having that conversation with them so that they understand you a bit more? Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, there's definitely a wokeness or a self-awareness that happens when people, it's like before it was only the select few that get to be global citizens. We're now, because of, access that people have to information, we all are global citizens. There is access to so much information about how to do things better and be more effective, be happier, right? And so, like this podcast, right? There wasn't this podcast when my parents were, young. We live now in a culture where so much of the stuff that just wasn't sort of serving humanity has been broken down. And there's this generation that's sort of thinking through, like, I guess sort of like, yes, we built these civilizations based off of like necessity, a lot of these things that are power and ego driven, right? But now we're in a place where it's more about compassion, mindfulness, right? Openness, and that's how we're going to thrive and continue to thrive as a human race. And so I think, for my kids, I try to exemplify whatever that is. And at the same time, they are very aware of my faults, right? They're very aware that I, get stressed and I, get irritable and I don't sleep enough and all of those things. But, we have a dialogue about it. And I try to create a space of compassion, obviously for them, but also, just for them to sort of like know that I'm at least trying.
It's a wonderful thing. I think if children know that you're trying, like you said, kids are so self-aware. I don't have children yet with my wife, but we plan on having them. And I can only look at it from seeing my friends or having been a child myself and always wondering like, kids are so aware, but if you make them a part of the dialogue and they feel like you're honest with them and everything that you just mentioned, I think that creates it creates a healthier, honest space and an open space rather than an unhealthy environment where there seems to be too much hierarchy or too much control or too much limitation. You said creating an environment of compassion. I think, for children to grow up in an environment where they can be compassionate on themselves too, I think that is that's such a brilliant energy to grow up around.